Put that back in the box in case I want to take it back. 15 quid that was. I might send it back to Amazon. I'm in two minds. Starting to get some use out of it though. Let's have a look at you in chat. Yeah, funny day today, isn't it, with the news? I think, obviously, there's a couple of angles that we're going to look at it. I was going to do Nutter Watch today, but I don't think Nutter Watch is really appropriate today. I think most people are feeling sort of reflective. I think reflective is the right word. I certainly did. You know, I didn't know this was going to happen in the news today, but I did feel reflective all day. And strangely enough, I watched your show, JJ Kane, earlier. And then there's another person I follow on the internet. I say follow. Like, there's a couple of people on the internet who, like, we've lost a couple of people who, like, when I say people on the internet, I mean random, like, okay, here's a good example. I can't get my words out. There's this guy called Technoblade. Now, I never watched Technoblade. I was never interested in Technoblade because they're a Minecraft streamer in a generation slightly after me. But 16 million subscribers, they're not here anymore. Sadly, they died of cancer. And when they did, like, they talked about it on their stream, on their videos. Like, they were getting millions of views and, like, you know, they're a massive Minecraft, like, you know, the kids like Minecraft and all that, yeah? So, like, they weren't a kid themselves, they're a little bit older than that, but still quite young. So when they talked about that on their, you know, when that happened, it's the sort of thing that sort of went viral. Like, you know, you can't have 16 million subscribers and getting, like, he was always getting millions of views on the videos before the tragic consequence of the cancer, but, like, so that got talked about on there. Maybe, you know, things like that. There's another guy who I literally watched the video today, Airsoft, what's his name? I don't even know his name, but he's recently had a cancer diagnosis, and I think I will try and find the video. Actually, I might as well, because we're talking history. Ollie Talks Airsoft. So this is Ollie Talks Airsoft, and again, I probably wouldn't have been introduced to Ollie Talks Airsoft were it not for his diagnosis, because I don't watch airsoft. Airsoft is shooting toy guns in the woods. Like, it's fun, but I don't do it and I don't watch it. Yeah, so I'm not disparaging of it, but I don't watch airsoft, so I'm not going to talk airsoft. I'm not going to be introduced to his videos. He was getting a few thousand on his videos. You know, he's doing all right. Then he got the diagnosis, made a sad video, and now he's done a update video on his stage 4, his fight with stage 4 cancer. Yeah, so I was literally watching that today before I found out that Kate Middleton had cancer. It was strange, that, just like feeling reflective. Big ups JJ Kane. Yeah, I hear you. We've had it in our family as well. I'm pretty sure nowadays, like, what's the statistic? I can't get my words out. The statistic: a 15-second advert for Gandalf. 15-second timeout now while we wait. 15 seconds. I'm waiting 15 seconds so everyone can hear. I see you all in chat saying your things as well. Like, you're back. Okay, yeah. I saw what you said as well, Gandalf, about not being able to cure it. There's so many different types, I think. And actually, to be honest, like, we're coming a long way since we have been in the past, but there's still a long way to go, isn't there? Yeah, anyway, I think today I felt that sense of reflection before Kate did her shock video, diagnosis video. So Not to Watch Tonight is definitely cancelled for me. I don't feel like coming on the internet and yelling and guffawing and shouting and making a fuss, but I also don't feel like being completely sad and negative and, like, crying and all that as well. I think we can still have fun, and we can still, like, the whole purpose of life really is to, like, make sure you've had a really nice dinner, isn't it really? Like, the whole purpose of life is, like, what, like, no one can explain it really. You just make sure you've had a nice dinner, and hope you've been a good chuffer, because if we do get lucky and there's tickets to the next ride, then I want to be on it. So that's my system. Make sure I've had a nice dinner, cook enough for other people so they've had a bit of a nice dinner. We can all watch a movie and, you know, cuddle up on the sofa. Like, yeah, keep positive, isn't it? Keep positive. We all, like, have, like, I don't want to get too thing about it, but, like, you know, in the big scheme of things, We're all just like little swallows, aren't we? Like, we fly around in the sun and like, we have our time and whatever. Yeah, anyway. So I think we try and enjoy it. In fact, having said that, I haven't had a nice dinner tonight. My tummy's a bit empty and rumbly, but I don't feel like having a nice dinner right now. That's by the by. I might have a bit more of a nice dinner later on. I think for Kate specific, we should talk about Kate specifically, right? Kate specifically, I think she's quite fortunate, isn't she? Because it sounded like, from the limited, maybe we should watch it first. Maybe we should watch it, yeah? Should we just watch it quickly?
I wanted to take this opportunity to say thank you.
I guess you've all seen it, or should I watch it quickly? I'm not planning on cutting this for YouTube or anything. I just, for you in chat here, do you want to watch it, or do you have all seen it? Anyone who hasn't seen it, put your hand up now and I'll play it quickly. It's only 2 minutes. Not seen it. Okay, there you go. Let's watch it then quickly, yeah?
Personally, take this opportunity to say thank you personally for all the wonderful messages of support and for your understanding whilst I've been recovering from surgery.
So first of all, I'm gonna do a little bit of pausing. There, she's like, she's saying thank you to the people who've been supportive. She's obviously not saying fuck you to all the people who made up funny, weird stories in the papers. She's not saying fuck you all the people who made up gossip and conjecture. Like, she's not saying that. We'll come on into Alan. Once we've talked about her, we'll come on to Alan in a second, because he's not as important as this, yeah?
It has been an incredibly tough couple of months for our entire family, but I've had a fantastic medical team who've taken great care of me, for which I'm so grateful. In January, I underwent major abdominal surgery in London, and at the time, it was thought that my condition was non-cancerous. The surgery was successful. However, tests after the operation found cancer had been present.
So, to sum it up, like, I'm getting emotional again now, but I'm not going to be I don't want to do a stream where I'm like all sad and cry, so I'm not going to do that. We're going to have fun and talk about Alan and play the game and do whatever, yeah, but we'll deal with this first. I think from what she said there, it sounded like they found something in some sort of biopsy. Maybe she's had, like, maybe some sort of scan or something fairly routine, or something was troubling her. She's had 3 kids, this sort of area, and like she just says abdominal, doesn't she? So, and fortunately, they've decided to remove it and test it. So it is now removed, and though it's been tested and found to be cancer, it sounds like they're ahead of it in this. Like, she's been quite lucky in a lot of ways. I mean, she's very young to be going through this, isn't she? But like, this is, the cards that fall, isn't it? So,
my medical team therefore advised that I should undergo a course of preventative chemotherapy, and I'm now in the early stages of that treatment.
The early stages of the treatment. So the treatment's quite serious for chemotherapy, isn't it? Like, it makes you feel quite poorly. So, yeah, I get that.
This, of course, came as a huge shock, and William and I have been doing everything we can to process and manage this privately for the sake of our young family.
Privately?
As you can imagine, this has taken time. It has taken me time to recover from major surgery in order to start my treatment. But most importantly, it has taken us time to explain everything to George, Charlotte and Louis in a way that's appropriate for them, and to reassure them that I'm going to be okay.
And that's the really important thing, isn't it? God, it's making me feel so emotional now. Like, they've got the kids, so like, whilst they're not, like, the kids aren't going out and buying The Sun or going on the phone and looking at Alan's TikTok, but it's how they explain it to their family that's important to them at that time, isn't it?
As I've said to them, I am well and getting stronger every day by focusing on the things that will help me heal in my mind, body and spirits. Having William by my side is a great source of comfort and reassurance too, as is the love, support and kindness that has been shown by so many of you. It means so much to us both. We hope that you'll understand that as a family, we now need some time, space and privacy while I complete my treatment. My work has always brought me a deep sense of joy, and I look forward to being back when I'm able. But for now, I must focus on making a full recovery. At this time, I'm also thinking of all those whose lives have been affected by cancer. For everyone facing this disease, in whatever form, please do not lose faith or hope. You are not alone. And to
Give me a minute. Because so I don't cry. What I'm going to do is just press one of these buttons to change the mood. It helps. That actually helps. That actually helps. It definitely changed the mood. So yeah, I think powerful message. The keynotes are that she's been through something serious. She's dealing with it privately, and the reason for the privacy is for the children more than anything, because they know everyone's going to want to know and talk about it and go in the papers and on the telly. But for the children, while she's going through that difficult time, and she's grateful for everyone that's been supportive. She's also got a thought. You know, people diss the royals a lot, and they go, oh, she's probably got all the best doctors and this and that, and like, you know, they diss the royals, but she's also got a thought for everyone else out there in the Commonwealth that goes, well, not just in the Commonwealth, but in the world, doesn't she? You know, there's a sort of careful here, because I'll just start crying, and then I'll be all crying on stream. There's an echo of Diana, isn't there? There's like an echo of Diana in it, in a way. You feel, or I feel, that the reason she's had to do this is because out of a sense of duty to the country, to stop people talking, to get a hold of the situation, because of all the claptrap on TikTok and stuff like that, yeah? Like, she probably feels quite poorly and doesn't want to have to dress up in the thing and do the video and, you know, and all that. She probably feels this is a little bit of an extra thing she has to do now. Excuse me. I'm just going to blow my nose. Yeah. So yeah, we'll talk about Alan in a minute. I just wanted to say one more. I wanted to say a little bit of a personal thing, because it just came in my head, but I feel like it might get me too emotional, and I might just end up being all funny. But when when my dad had cancer when I was a kid, we went to see him in the hospital when he was about to have a surgery, and I think was given like weeks to live and may not have come through it. So we sat on a bench just like this outside the hospital and talked for a bit. So I kind of like, you know, like many people in the country going through all this stuff, like, I do recognise this stuff, yeah. I'm all right. It's just, you know, bringing back feelings, isn't it? Like everyone else I think is also feeling similar. That's what I said today, is about reflecting, isn't it, in a way? Certainly after I found out this, I did more reflecting as well. Just sat in the sun with the dog. I walked the dog a couple of times. My dad came through it. I was lucky. He was lucky. Yeah, anyway, so he said, you don't have to give me a hug. I'm all right. Let me press this button again. It will cheer us all up. There you go. That helped. So I'm all right. I'm not doing a stream where I'd like talk over all the like sad things I feel about people I've lost or whatever, or traumas that we've been through. Like, that's not what I wanted to sort of focus on. The bench brought it back to me, and like seeing her sat there thinking about how they're filming this. Like today, what she's had to do is she's had to get up feeling poorless, Is that a hair? Is they done a wig? I don't know. I'm not there to question it in that way. You know, I'm doing a TikTok question. Get the hair all done, the makeup, choose the appropriate attire, because, you know, they think about these things, don't they? They've set up the light, they've chosen the bench, you know, she's had to get out there, sit down, they've planned it probably. She's probably had a hand in the planning of this, what they say. They've had to talk about it as a family, as a PR group or whatever you want to talk about. You know, family is probably the best way to talk about it, isn't it? And all that because idiots on TikTok thought that she'd, like, you know, conspiracies. I remember, this is where we're going to move over to Alan now. We're going to move over to Alan. So I'm saying sad for this. We've all been touched by this sort of thing, reflecting on it. Absolutely. Hugs around the world. We're all here in chat. You know, you're all sharing your things. So, you know, I'm hugs around the world for that. But like I said, I don't want to focus on that all stream and make it like a sort of, otherwise we'll all just get like, you know, thing, won't we? Like, I've done that a bit of that today anyway. So, and I can't talk about this without feeling those things. And I don't think like we should ignore them. So, but at the same time, like I think we should feel them and then like breathe out, and then we can move on to doing something a bit more bright and a bit more fun. Yeah. Like taking the piss out of Alan. But I didn't want to do Nutter Watch today. I can't go on YouTube and do fucking this and that and feel like, you know, like this. Yeah. So I'm not doing that. Maybe we'll do it tomorrow, and we've got fun Nutter Watch videos lined up, but it doesn't feel right now. Okay. But I did want to say what I said then, so I'm glad I've said that. That's about her. And I'm not intending to cut this for YouTube and make a thing of it. But that's about that. And then obviously we've been talking about Alan, haven't we? We've been looking at what Alan's been doing recently. And he's not on Rumble right now, doing a live right now, which is a surprise. Oh, upcoming. Sadly, the truth is Kate had cancer. So we might look at that. We might look at this. I mean, I feel like watching it later so I can skip through it, because I don't think I want to sit through his. But in another way, it's really going to be fucking. Let me explain. Alan has just spent the last how many weeks? Well, not weeks, as it feels like weeks. It's just been a week, but he's put out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 TikToks. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 TikToks in.
We've been tricked by Kate.
4 days. 17 TikToks in 4 days saying it's not her, it is her, she's real, she's not real, she's not at the farm shop, she was at the farm shop, I've enhanced the image, she's having an affair, he's having an affair, she's been murdered, like all this TMZ, it's a fake Middleton, all this nonsense. He's done live streams, he's done rumbles, like he is the sort of person that has just made her life quite a lot more difficult during her cancer because of his ignorance and desperation for his own self-serving. I might cut this for YouTube now, thinking about it. But his ignorance and his own self-serving, you know, he doesn't care who he hurts along the way. He just did what he wanted so that he could get some money on the YouTube and some thousands of views, and I'm such a big chuffer. Doesn't care about the kids. This time, you know, talking to kids without calling him a nonce, but he doesn't care about the kids and how they feel or anything like that. He just rolled on 17 TikToks, and now he's got the audacity to come out and do a rumble. And if he comes out and does this rumble and says anything other than I'm such a idiot chuffer, I shouldn't have done, like, not me saying this, Alan, if he does anything other than say how sorry he is for all the content he's made over the last couple of days and how sorry he is, because the context of what she said in that interview, you know, video is basically, the subtext is like, she didn't say it out loud because she's the you know, she's not going to say this, but the subtext was, fuck you people who've made my life a misery over the last few months. I've been suffering and you've been making up these weird stories and it's been hell. Like, do you know what I mean? He should be absolutely ashamed of this, shouldn't he? Yeah, totally ashamed. That's the right phrase. He thought he was a royalist, yeah. He doesn't care about anything other than himself. And he is the worst scum that's done the worst stuff here. The worst kind of scum. Not only did it, well, he fed off it. He even made up lies, didn't he? Printed fake pictures. Like, total worst kind of scum. And on top of that, his ideas were that it was all about an affair, and it was a conspiracy, and it was like body doubles, and on this one he enhanced the image, and the enhanced image, one eye's going one way and one eye's going the other. It's fucking bizarre. Like it just, this guy knows no lows. I mean, look at that picture, that enhanced picture. She's suffering. Okay, going back to this as well, I wanted to get this out. Oh, that's better. That's a picture of a teddy having a cuddle. I actually said, do you remember yesterday or the day before, when it first came out, I said it's normal to Photoshop pictures because they might not get good pictures. I don't think we should read too much into it. And then when it was in that she was been in hospital, do you remember I said, I think she's had 3 kids. They've probably had some sort of, thing happen, and she probably needs a bit of privacy and time to recover, and like it's quite normal for people to have things that they need to go into hospital with, and want to be private about it. So like it seemed like there was quite a normal explanation that they gave, didn't they? So for someone like Alan to go and do what he did was horrible. Sorry, that's a teddy bear that teddy bear's having a good time. It cheers me up. Makes me feel a bit better. I'll press a button. So that's good. Yeah, and it shouldn't be forgotten or forgiven, really, that Alan has just been the worst kind of person over the last few days about it. I'll throw one... Sorry, I keep opening that window. I'll close that one. I'll throw one curveball at you. Tell you what do you think he's going to do tonight? Do you think he's going to come on... Like, this tonight he could come on and grift and like do more talking and conspiracy, just like run a show, which is awful. Like if he can't understand that he is horrible for what he's done, if he's got no apology for his content, I thought he wouldn't have even come on. I thought he would have hidden for 2 days and then deleted his TikToks. That's what I expected. 17 TikToks about all this nonsense. I thought he would have hidden for a day and then just deleted all this, pretended he never said it, felt embarrassed and ashamed. That's what I thought he would have done. So he could do that. He could say sorry. Do you think he's going to do that? Check Womble. I'm here on Womble, yeah. 12 waiting. I'm watching it now. I've got it. This is it. He's not on yet, but when he does, I'm watching. I'm not going to do it on YouTube. I'm not going to do a live one on YouTube because I feel like this is sensitive stuff and I don't know how it's going to go. I'd rather not watch it live when Alan does it. I'd rather watch it after the fact so I can skip through it when he just plays the videos and stuff. If he starts going on one and I find it unacceptable, we will move away from it and we'll come back to it later when I can skip through it. If he starts making me angry or upset, then I really will. Like, this is the sort of stuff that, like, now I understand. Like, now I get not now I understand, but I get more of a view again into the Rusik's frame of mind when they had, like, this isn't even my life, but because it's something that we can all reflect on and it touches us all in the same sort of way, like, we all know how we'd feel about it if it was our family that Alan was making these videos about. And I know they're royals and it's a bit different, but he churned out such a load of garbage, like churned it out for 4 days. Now he's disappointed she's got cancer, I bet, or is in recovery from, hopefully, being treated for. Like, now he's happy about that not happy about it because it means the lid's on the story. No more nonsense, can't do any more TikToks. Like, he hasn't done a TikTok quick to say that's what it is, look. He hasn't quickly got a TikTok. He's like, oh, fuck it. Can't do any more conspiracies. That's the Kate wave over. I'm going to have to find a new trend. No one's going to be talking about this tomorrow unless I go on and on about this. Like, so here's my other question, right? Here's my other question. Do you think it's possible that Alan would come on? Do you think it's possible that Alan will come on and say, D.A. Rourke is sending him a message because... And this is where I start to give you a bit of comedy, start to bring out a bit of comedy here, hopefully. Do you think it's possible that D.A. Rourke is sending him a message? Because, first of all, we've got the bench. Now, Nicola Bulley went missing off near a bench. They've got the yellow flowers in the background. Now, Nicola Bulley case yellow flowers. Yeah? See where I'm going with this? The bench is brown. She's wearing one of those stripy tops like prison. Isn't she like a burglar? Stripy tops, bars, stripy prison. She's got the lovely nice hair like Nicole Kessinger. She's got the hair done like Nicole Kessinger. All she needs is a brown bikini and then we're away, aren't we? This is a message to Alan from D.A. Rourke that this is, isn't it? That's what he could do with it. There's a shadow. Big up steps. There's a shadow. What can you see in that shadow there? Does that prove it? Does that prove it? You think, or you could say it's an AI video, yeah. Like, it's not, like, if he goes anywhere near this as a conspiracy, I will be even more appalled. I know there's some people that will say it, aren't there? They won't want to be wrong. They won't want to look stupid on TikTok. So they won't want to say, oh, everything we've been talking about was fucking stupid. And we jumped to all the wrong conclusions because we're all whipped up into conspiracy world because of The Sun and because of GB News. Because we're all whipped up into conspiracy world because it makes us stupid and docile. Like, they weren't going to say that. Oh, no, we're against the authority. We're against the authority. We don't follow the narrative. But you follow this narrative. So well done on putting down anything sensible and picking up a really stupid narrative in alternative narrative. Yeah, I'm sure the authority don't want you to do that. You know, Alan's just the worst of it. He pumps it back to people. He reads The Sun and the Daily Mail and then pumps it back to people. He's the worst of it. Totally lost in the source. Yeah, The Sun and the GB News won't apologise. I think they should as well. They absolutely should do a big special We Are Sorry episode, shouldn't they? Like the attitude of it all as well. The attitude of it all. Like we've already seen in the past with the royals, like the Lady Diana thing. Like, do these people have no peace? Can they have no private life? Does being royal or a celebrity mean that you have this Piers Morgan needs shut up too. Yeah, Piers Morgan, I don't think there's any subject that I've agreed with on Piers Morgan. I should think Piers Morgan had ordered what's your favourite naan bread? There's one naan bread on the list that no one likes, isn't there? There's like the nice naan bread, and then there's the one naan bread that no one ever orders. Is the garlic naan. Some people like the garlic naan maybe, but I think the Peshwari was nice with the almond. Was it Peshwari? The keema naan used to be nice when I was not a vegan. But there was one naan bread that sounded a bit like, I'm not really sure about that. I think one of my mates ordered a chili naan once. I was like, what are you doing? That's supposed to calm down the curries. It's not extra hot. Anyway, look. Alan, awful Alan. Maybe the garlic naan is nice, but it's going to be smellish. Look, Alan Awful, like really laid it on thick about this stuff, is the worst of it. If he comes on and doesn't apologise, I mean, we know he's going to be shit, so we've got that lined up as a thing, but I don't want to watch it. I've made my point about this. I've made my joke about the conspiracy theories. I'm sure there will be people who perpetuate further conspiracy theories. That's the world we live in now. You know, they're so desperate to confirm in their mind that all that nonsense they thought about all sorts of other things was right, that they'll go to the ends of the earth to believe that Joe Biden's a robot and she's been turned into a Rothschild and, you know, this is a fake clone or something. But the reality is just not that confusing. It's just not at that level. Not in my mind, anyway. So I think that's deplorable in the real world when people really suffer with stuff. So, yeah, not to drag us down. That's what's happened there. So what do you think we should do? Should we hold on for Alan? TikTok. He goes on TikTok before he goes on, doesn't he? Hang on. Is he on live then? Yeah, he is. Here we go then. We'll do Alan. Why not?
It's very difficult. Very difficult to come up to what to say.
Yeah, because you've been a horrible man for the last 4 days.
Now,
sorry's what you should say. I got it wrong.
Pushed the palace over the edge. TMZ bought the video footage of the farm visit. and they come up with a special. I think it was a few hours ago.
Talking this bollocks, right? My friend that I just spoke to earlier said that their friends get 40,000 on TikTok that are popular. So 1,000 is not as good as Alan made out. He's not got 1,000 there now. Look, he's only got 126, 125, 128, 129, up and down, 128. So, you know, it's not that good, is it, Alan?
He's having an affair, or Kate is very ill. That's all I was left with. And I'm thinking, we haven't heard a thing since before Christmas.
Right, so Armchair Detective couldn't work out that she might have been poorly because she went to the hospital.
What could it be? So then we get this shocking Mother's Day card, right?
You got them in his chat now. Fancy gossiping on a family when someone is poorly. All these disgusting theories. It's no one's business.
Right, whoever had the idea...
Alan's getting all the shit in his chat now.
Mother's Day card made a massive mistake.
He knows there's backlash for this.
Because after...
And he's trying to pretend like he's just a reporter and it's not on him. He's just reporting.
Nothing...
But he was making up all that conspiracy, horrible nonsense. 17 videos. 17 in 4 days.
Well, it was. It wasn't a real picture. The Mother's Day wasn't a real picture, guys. It was there to make you believe that she was fine, and she's not.
It wasn't to make you believe she was fine. It was just to put out a picture because she couldn't do one because she was poorly.
And if she's not, and they don't tell us, the next time she appears after the fake Mother's Day card, the world's going to think everything's fake.
What?
Isn't it?
You did, because you haven't got a grip on what's going on.
With respect in the world, I reported...
There we go. He's a reporter. It's not his fault. He's just a reporter.
Is the farm, is it real? After the Mother's Day card, is it real?
Alan, the newspapers reported it, and you made up a load of stories and conjecture and talked on it.
Most of you said it wasn't. And it was. I have to admit.
People in chat saying they have a young family, leave them alone.
It is her at the farm shop, and we should stop there and then. I've deleted my videos that ask him, was it her? Out of respect.
Told you. No, you haven't.
It is her.
Or have you by now?
So there's no point.
Oh, wait.
There's no point going on about
You
that.
only deleted the ones that made you look wrong.
Even if it's not her.
This is what he made a video saying it was her and a video saying it wasn't her, and then when he found out, he deleted the one that made him look stupid. That's a good plan. Cover both bases.
I don't know what...
You should delete them all, Alan.
Zed are saying. They released a report last night. I don't know if one of my moderators here can find out what TNM said. I mean, they were saying that they didn't think it was real. And
You posted a video saying it was a fake one. Saying she was fake.
It must have been her. But I don't know.
I don't
But
know.
I'm not prepared to speculate on it anymore.
Well, you have done enough.
Then I won't be talking about Kate's things real or not real.
Yeah, you can't, can you?
Tonight why it happened.
You don't know what's going on. You were just as bemused and befuddled by everyone because all you were going on is a load of idiot ideas you had from a picture.
Because of Mother's Day.
You're an idiot, bemused and befuddled. Bemused and befuddled.
And I do really worry about AI.
Well, because you used it to fake up the pictures to make... Well, not you, but someone else did an AI, and you thought, well, that looks good, I'll use that. That's a fake picture, I'll use
I've
that.
seen a lot of celebrities with AI. Unbelievable.
Next, he's going to say that the videos of him with kids are AI.
The video was fake. I said, is it fake?
No.
In fact, I did one video saying it is Kate.
Yeah, exactly, so you can cover both bases.
That I had to go and take another look. And then I say, yeah, right, well, where's the mole? And things like that. I didn't know. I was asking you. And I still don't know, but I'm not going to speculate anymore.
Who's that idiot sending him roses?
The poor girl's come out and told us the truth. That she has cancer. Prince Welsh needed time to come to terms with her children don't forget the main thing here. George 10, Charlotte 8, and Lewis 5 had to be informed before the world, right? They had to be informed. They must know something's wrong with their mother, right? Because she's not going out. And I just want to say a quick word here about Paul Burrell. He got absolutely chastised but saying that she's in Norfolk, convalescing. She might well have been. He's the nearest one to come to the truth, isn't he? He's the nearest to come to truth was that, wasn't it?
No.
And the medical records could have been the key. The medical records could have been the key.
If only your mate could have hacked them.
I mean, has someone got those records and it was
Your
forced
mate.
into the open? She's now made a statement, and I'm going to tell you the main points to now. Princess Wales has been diagnosed with cancer when she personally revealed her illness to the world in a deeply moving video message that I'm going to show on Rumble at 8:45. So join me on Rumble if you want to see her message. But basically, she disclosed the cancer was discovered while she underwent abdominal surgery in London.
Is he even saying words then?
Right, so that was true.
He went, as she went. This man, yeah, awful, isn't he? Awful. But the good thing that we can see from this is he's absolutely on the ropes, absolutely shambolic, flailing around.
Chemotherapy by her doctors.
Now he's reading the news, yeah? Everyone's already seen the news.
Chemotherapy. Now this came as a
And what
huge
it
shock.
means is at least half the people who've been watching his shit now think he's a wanker on TikTok. Like they were in the chat then saying he's a wanker. Obviously they've been deleted now. The chat stopped moving. But this guy, you know, he's just shit his own bed and he knows there's no more mileage in the story. For him, the main thing is, can he make more TikToks? He did 17 in 4 days. Can he make more? No. He's had to delete a few. So, a tail between the legs. This is all damage limitation.
Fighting cancer at the same time. Do you understand what this is to the royal family? Our future queen and the guy that's going to probably have to give up
And
being king.
you watch, in about 2 days, he'll be like, oh, they need protecting. The media's got too close to them. They need their privacy. I was only ever trying to fight for Kate's privacy.
Cancer. So what did the king say? Well, the king paid tribute to his beloved daughter-in-law after the news broke. He said, I was...
Yeah, big upside South East. I think it's still going to make you feel really poorly, though, isn't it? Like, it's probably not likely she's like in late stages or anything, but like I think what it means is, to be sure, they've given her some chemotherapy to like blast some sort of area with, so just to make sure that they've removed everything and all the cells or whatever are not, you know, I think that's what it means, isn't it? You can tell us that actually.
For weeks about Kate's medical condition, ceaseless rumours and wild
But it's still-
conspiracies online.
You know, it's still an absolute like life-changing,
Anyone
meaningful.
who's seen it tonight would understand why a lot of people didn't believe it was her at the farm shop.
Oh, that's fine then, Alan. That's not what they're saying in the media. Well, they might be saying that in the Sun because they're trying to cover their own ass. But Alan, in the rest of the world, we're all saying they all just made up a load of nonsense and stories, just like you did. You were the main big chuffer doing it. You thought it was brilliant to make up all these horrible stories, and that was wrong to do that. With a bit of care, a bit of time, a bit of a grown-up head on your shoulders, not jumping to the conclusion that she's been abducted or that they're cloning her, you know, or that someone shot someone over an affair. Without jumping to all the weird conclusions, being a grown-up, you might have got somewhere, but instead you're a child in a man's body.
Wow.
A horrible, nasty child at
It's no
that.
wonder we didn't recognise her, guys, and no wonder so many of you thought it was all recognition. And now we know why.
Guys, it's you that thought it wasn't her, guys. It's you.
If only they didn't do that Mother's Day fiasco.
Now up to 500 viewers.
So
People in chat saying, no, we don't care.
Preventive
Like, how's he getting up? How's the viewers numbers going up? He just bought 500 viewers.
She's now under chemo. So I think all speculation stops here. Definitely from my channel.
You're doing it now?
I won't be speculating about anything about their private life.
Well, you're doing it now, aren't you?
This is all about Kate now, trying to recover and giving her family space.
Right, what about deleting all your TikToks
They
then?
said it a month ago.
Then you wouldn't have looked so
They said it
stupid.
a month ago.
But you did. You jumped on it.
Fran says she does not look different. Okay. She doesn't look different. I'll show you a picture then, Fran.
Well, there we go. Fran's wrong. Fuck you, Fran, you
She doesn't
idiot.
look different, no?
Prove it. Alan was right to think she looked different. Oh, we're getting to see his
So you
setup.
can see Kate. Can you see that picture? I don't know.
Look at this.
She doesn't look different, eh, Fran?
Fran, eh? Fuck you, Fran. You prick.
I hope you could see that. Did you see that?
He's such a mean bastard.
That's what's upset me.
That's what's upset me.
I don't know if anybody could see that. Yeah.
What a horrible man. Hang on, I'll get the picture up bigger for you. Sorry, I forgot to get
That's
the
a
picture
worried
up bigger.
and devastated mother.
A worried and devastated mother. Now he's pouring on the sympathy for him.
We have to think of Kate. Well, not even Kate, is it?
It's too late now, Alan.
Catherine.
You've already done the bad thing.
Princess of Wales. At this time. She's only 42, guys.
Sorry, look at the framing for real. You get all that headroom. I'm framing it up better, but you get all that headroom.
She says it was in a terrible couple of months. For her entire family. Well, so she underwent this surgery, and it was she thought it was non-cancerous. The surgery was a total success. Tests after the operation found cancer cells have been present.
Okay, what's the odds that he's just
My
woke
medical
up?
team advised me I should.
Because this happened earlier. I'm surprised. I was like, why isn't he on about this earlier? Why hasn't he jumped on earlier? What's the odds that he's just woke up and got himself together for this? And he's reading this first time hand. Because we all know what's going on. He's just learning it now when he just read that.
Praising her husband is a great source of comfort. I mean, look at what he's been doing lately. Going around schools, doing artwork with little kids and that. And you wouldn't know a thing. He is so professional that he's going to make a great king.
Oh, you love him?
He has carried on his royal duties around this country.
Well, what about when you said he shot that guy?
To go to silly places and talk to sometimes silly people.
Or he was having an affair with that other one, that little socialite.
No thought to himself or his wife. He's done it. A duty because the king has got.
Alan's just jumping. Now what Alan's trying to do, right, is he's trying to read the mood in chat and appeal to the people. Oh no, I'm on the same. No, yeah, I also think it's disgusting. Oh, I'm not doing any. No, yeah, I agree that doing a load of conjecture about it is disgusting. Oh no, I think William's brilliant. He wouldn't have been doing an affair. Like,
I'm reading what you're saying. There's nothing left to speculate. Catherine has cancer. There's no speculation.
He's now dropped down to 200 viewers. What's he checking there? Oh, is that me or is that him? That's it. But
she did say that
TikTok
she's
does
getting
that
stronger every
reason.
day by focusing on the things that will help her heal. Mind, body and spirits. The emotional video was filmed at Windsor on Wednesday.
That might have been someone calling him because he's on his phone.
On the first days to school holidays to shield him from the coverage of the mother's.
Pick up Sindrid.
So it's been coming for some days.
So what's happening is, for all the raiders, right, what's happening is our queen in waiting has just discovered she's had a cancer diagnosis. It's big news in the UK. Alan has just spent the last 4 days making these TikToks. Pick up some new followers. Alan, who is like my dark side Phil, the man I hate the most, he's been making TikToks about Kate Middleton.
No bitch can get $1 out of me. No Cadillac, no perms you can't see. I'm just a mother M-I-M-P.
That's got to go back. It's a waste of money. He's made in 4 days. He made 17 TikToks. He made TikToks saying she's dead and she's not real. She's a clone, and also it's definitely her. I think it's her. And he deleted the ones that were wrong. So now he's just got a record of him saying, "Oh, I always thought it was her," and he's trying to show contrition after having just grifted this topic for a couple of weeks. He's a bad man, and I'm giving him shit.
She wants us to speak about it again. She said, "My work had always brought me a deep sense of joy, and I look forward to being back where I'm able. But for now, I must focus on making a full recovery."
Doing the head touch.
Paying tribute to all those who are also suffering, she finished her statement by saying, "At this time, I'm also thinking of those whose lives have been affected by cancer.
Oh, Alan.
For everyone facing this disease, whatever form, please don't lose faith. You're not alone."
Has he not got any emotion?
It's not known how long Kate will receive this treatment. It's understood she might attend some events when she feels
He's
able.
literally just learning this now. He's literally just reading that for the first time,
She's
surely.
not coming back full time.
No, he looks like he's never heard those words before.
The news.
Everyone else in the UK has watched her, like, her actual live, you know, her video talking about it. Everyone else has watched that. Alan's going to do that on Rumble later. And everyone's felt quite emotional today and a little bit reflective because we all know people who have suffered cancer, you know.
You know,
JJK.
and that's all I want to say on it.
JJK,
And
I'm coming to haunt you, Alan.
myself for doubting the farm shop pictures, but she looks so different. And after the
She had
fiasco,
chemotherapy.
it's obvious we were going to suspect these were tampered with as well. That's human nature.
It's not your fault, it's human nature.
But,
not everyone.
My last videos, when I said, tell us the truth.
Not.
And she has.
She has.
I
And that's
asked-
fucked you because you can't make 17 TikToks next week.
Got one. The statement of the truth. I think that's all I want to say.
That's all you've got
be
to
on
say.
Rumble in quarter of an hour. Please join me on Rumble.
I certainly will, you prick.
Where I'll be looking at a full statement and we'll sort of give our commiserations and our final thoughts on. I won't be talking about it after tonight, so
Oh no, what are you going to talk about instead?
you needed to know.
You've run out of
Now we
money.
do know.
And also, Alan,
Did we have a right to know?
what about apologising for all those TikToks saying awful things about her, making up lies and pumping out garbage? For all the new people, what Alan did, right, is he read all the garbage newspapers and made up all conspiracy ideas out of that, read all the garbage TikToks, and then pumped it back to them on TikTok. He's banned off YouTube, so he has to do this on TikTok and Rumble. And this is a grift. He tries
Could
to
have
get...
done this a month ago and we wouldn't be in this position now.
Oh, it's their fault. It's not your fault. It's
But the
their
trouble
fault.
is,
He tries to get a bunch of people on TikTok and then he tries to tell them, come and watch me on Rumble or come into my Patreon and sign up. And he's really at a low ebb. He's really at a low ebb. He doesn't directly beg here because he knows there's
What's
no
it-
point in getting TikTok roses because they're useless.
ever saying she had cancer? I don't think so. That's all I wanted to say. And we wish her Godspeed and
She's not going
hope she
anywhere.
gets restored to health as soon as possible.
Godspeed.
And so do you all, right?
So do you all. Whatever they say in chat is what you say now, yeah?
And again, I apologise for talking about it myself. I have no excuse other than the Mother's Day card to make me feel that something was going on. And I said all along, they're hiding something. And they were hiding something. I was right, they were hiding something.
You were right.
I just didn't know it was this bad.
But you did apologise, but you were right.
So I'd like to say prayers to Kate and then let's hope it works out. And she's back to work next year.
You're
or this
such
year.
a good guy you are. This is selling me on you being a good guy.
Okay, someone's saying in chat that she only tweaked the picture. Have you seen her today?
Give it
It's
them in
not
chat.
tweaked.
Give it them in chat.
The picture of Mother's Day is not tweaked. If you see her today, the person on the Mother's Day card is from when she was healthy.
Fuck you, chat.
It's not tweaked.
It's not
much
tweaked.
worse than that.
It's not tweaked.
That's not the point. They decided to do it for whatever reason, and it's backfired totally.
It's backfired on you.
But now that's all behind us,
It's all behind you now.
and our motivation now would be for the King
The king.
and for the future Queen.
The king.
God save the King.
God save the king. He's gone. Right. Do you think he heard any one of us say you need to apologise? Or do you think I think his mods watch what we do and have told him on the back burner, you need to apologise. And he did squeeze out an apology like a tiny little fart let out in church. Like a tiny little fart let out in church. He managed to squeeze out an apology. It's just like, yeah, I'm sort of sorry for, talking about it. All I did was talk about it. God, if all I did, I suppose I'd apologise for just talking about it. He gave us that. So I'm glad we've got the second ever time I've ever heard Alan apologise for anything in his life, right? Oh, I can't wait for Rumble. It's actually going to be really good. I'm glad we've got this laugh. I'm glad we're having this laugh. Because beforehand, we were reflective. You know, the cancer, it's sad, all that. You know, we're reflective. And we've gone through those feelings. We talked a little bit at the start of our stream about other people that, you know, and reflected on these things. And now we can move on to laughing at this man's idiocy and misfortune. Because what he's done it to himself, right? So we had 17 videos. Remember, I counted them. How many are left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8! He's done a cull. He's done a cull. 17 down to 8. 8 is still quite a lot for 4 days, Alan. 17 down to 8. And you know what I was saying, yeah? I was like, how come he's not jumped on this earlier? Because she made this video came out hours ago. You know, it's big news in the UK. Everyone will know about it. Alan's not going to be breaking any news, but you would have thought he would have reacted to it, being as he constantly was talking about her, like constantly for 4 days, yeah? And he didn't react to it quickly. Do you know why? He's asleep. Like, there's no way Alan is alert and awake and in his own home, and it's like, this news is broken, and he's just like, oh shit, because his spanners would text him, like, there's no way, right? There's no way that he's going to be, oh, let's leave this for a couple of hours. I'll prepare. I'll have a shower. I just wanted to finish my soup. There's no way. He's going to jump straight on it. And so that's when he jumped straight on it, hours late. And why? Because Alan spends all night gambling on poker and jerking off over pictures of kids on the internet. To the small hours. He prefers the small hours, doesn't he? To the wee hours. He prefers the wee hours, the small hours. But he probably does, doesn't he? He probably stays up like after his show, drinking cocaine, tramadol, smule. Like, when I say that, I'm not, you know, making a big weird thing. We've got videos. If anyone's new here, I'll quickly show you the reason. Well, one of the reasons why I don't like Alan. And this is a good one, though. This is a real fun one. View my channel, and you'll see this video. Alan Vinicum is not a paedophile. But when I say he's not a paedophile,
no direct evidence that Alan Vinicum is a paedophile.
When I say he's not a paedophile,
I'm not saying Alan Vinicum is a paedophile.
I mean,
to the best of my,
I can't say he's a paedophile.
Not a paedophile.
But this, what's that kid waving at him? Who's the kid waving at him? Why is the kid waving at him? Why are you singing to the kid? Because you got caught on Smule, which is a karaoke app, singing to kids. Singing with kids. So that's bad. So, Alan Vinicum, yeah, Nancy. He's deleted... This is great, isn't it? I'll tell you what's the best thing for me. The funniest thing, I was telling you online poker all night, yeah. Obviously, it's not good that he might, like any real kids that might ever get harmed, but I think that's bad. I don't think he's actually been brave enough to go and actually snatch a child. I think more likely he fucks around on the internet and makes screen records and like maybe posts them on somewhere like Tumblr for people to pay him money or something, like a bit seedy. He told us yesterday or the day before, didn't he, that he takes photographs of people in public without their knowledge or consent. Didn't he? He said that, didn't he? He did. When I say didn't he, I mean I know that he did. Wait, I haven't even started pressing my buttons. If anyone's new here, I should press this button as well.
There is no child porn on the internet. I hate to warn you that. There is no child porn on the internet. I checked.
Yeah, you checked the internet for child porn. That's fine.
He could have done when he was at a distance from. I've done it many times. Looked at my phone, but really I'm taking a picture of someone, right? He could have done that easy.
I've done it many times. Looked at my phone, but really I'm taking a picture of someone. Easy. Like, what? Why did you say that?
He could have done when he was at a distance from. I've done it many times. Looked at my phone, but really I'm taking a picture of someone, right? He could have done that easy.
Easy. I mean, we've all done it, haven't we? Looked at our phone and pretended to take a picture, and actually taking a picture of someone in the supermarket while they bend over the trolley with the kids. We've all done that. It's not. I didn't make him into a nonce or a lolcow. He is one. It's his own fault. So I really enjoy that aspect of it. In a way, it's like a levity. You know, it's bad what he does, but it's funny as well. Because he says things that make, like, he wants to be big on the internet still. He's been banned off YouTube now, so he's on Rumble. He tries this assault on TikTok. That's not going well. Recently, he thought this Kate Middleton thing was like a balloon that would carry him off into a new stratosphere. People want to hear me talk shit about Kate Middleton. And as long as the royals don't announce anything about Kate Middleton, I can talk as much shit as I want. Well, half of your 4 days worth of content binge. And this is what I think, you know, cocaine, late nights, making these weird fucking videos. 4 days of it, hammering it. Now he's had to delete half of it, and half the people who watched his stuff think that he's a dick, and the other half who agreed with the nonsense also think he's a dick because now he's showing contrition. He either has to hammer the conspiracies hard and carry on and say she's a robot. Big ups. Thank you for the follow. He could say she's a robot. He should say, what he should say is, she hasn't got cancer, they murdered her, and they took her brain out and put the Rothschild brain in, and then she's a fake clone robot, and that the kids are in danger. It's the kids next. He should double down. He can't. Pedo should be hanged simple. Agree. But the problem with our system is that what if you weren't guaranteed confirmed, and then you hanged someone who wasn't a nonce? You'd have to actually catch them fully doing it. But then once you'd caught them, I think it should be medical experiments. I don't want to advocate for violence on the stream, but I think it should be medical experiments. You've got to develop Neuralink somehow. I don't know why they were bothering to drill the heads of pigs. We've got enough, get them drilled. Get them drilled in a Minecraft sort of way, in a computer game sort of scenario simulation sort of conversation about simulations that wouldn't be inappropriate for YouTube and won't get me demonetized when we cut and chuff this up onto YouTube. But yeah, we're going to react to it here on Twitch because I don't know what he's going to say, and I just think this is too sensitive. But it's going to go up on YouTube, isn't it, this? Because he's going to say fucking stupid things and look stupid. He knows now because he listens to me, or he's got someone listening, and he shouldn't be listening because he's banned and he's, not to cause him alarm and distress, but he knows, right, that he's got to be saying, I'm sorry. If he's got any sense, he's going to say, I'm sorry, I got this completely wrong. Instead of making loads of TikToks, I should have given this family space. The minute I heard that she'd, been in for a minor procedure, I should have cottoned on that it could be something that requires a little bit of sensitivity, and they're being sensitive about it. Instead, I'm a really stupid old man. Not old's not necessary. It's not negative that he's old, but the fact, and what I've done here is really stupid, and I've jumped to all the wrong conclusions. I've whipped up a load of conspiracy to try and get other people whipped up so that I can earn money and get clout on the internet, and it's all gone wrong for me. It's all backfired. This one really has backfired. And I've paid for a load of views on TikTok. That was a waste. It's all backfired, right? And I'm just basically really sorry. I'm going to make a big donation to a cancer charity. You won't be seeing me on the internet for a few days while I revise and rethink what I'm doing. In fact, he's going to go away for the weekend. It's his weekend away, he said, isn't it? Weekend off. But really, he shouldn't take a weekend off here, because if he just leaves this bit as a bad smell in the air, people who visit his channel over the weekend are going to think, who's this arsehole? This is brilliant. This is brilliant. You're tempted to stream on Twitch to get good prices on Genshin. You get the prizes if you watch me streaming it. You don't get extra prizes if you stream. Oh no, you do. You get extra prizes if you stream it, because you get good luck, don't you? Yeah, streamer luck. What was this about taking photos of people?
He could have done when he was at a distance from. I've done it many times. Looked at my phone, but really I'm taking a picture of someone, right?
What? The way he said it as if it's normal as well. Shouts out Eamon Holmes.
Interview with Eamon.
Big up Eamon Holmes.
Big up Eamon Holmes. The way he says it, like it's just normal. Like he was just, yeah, I've just been out taking photos of people in the public. Just they don't know it. It's normal. Just a public admission of a potential crime. It's my favourite is when he does a public admission of a potential crime. Oh my god. Yeah, those big gems. I only get the big gems when I'm on stream, that's true. I don't get them when I'm grinding normally. Does the man know no bounds of shame? Is there no low to which he will not stoop? Because tonight what we're going to do on Rumble is we're going to grift the idea that I shouldn't have really grifted the idea of the royal family and their problems, and I went way over the line and I said some really extreme weird shit, and it turned out to be something far more normal and mundane, but also life-changing. And big ups, Leslie.
No Cadillac, no perms you can't see. I'm just a mother M-I-M-P.
Maybe I should do this on YouTube. Like, we've got time to jump on. No, we'll stay here. We'll stay here and we'll just upload it. It's already recording now in one long session anyway, isn't it? So we'll just upload it and everyone can watch it at the weekend and have a good laugh at the weekend while he's off. It's what day is it today? Is it Friday? Listen, if it's Friday, I was going to do Nutter Watch, and then we decided because of the sensitivity of what Kate's going through, it's not the right feel. I didn't have the right feel, but I'm starting to get the Friday feeling now. We'll do it here. What do you reckon? Well, you're all here now anyway, so you're all going to agree with me that we should do it here and not YouTube. We'll do it here. What's he doing now as well? This is another question I've got, right? He just showed us his computer screens. I'll have to go back in this video and...
Or is he extremely ill? It's one of the two. And I said...
We're live. He just came on.
We need to know, even though it's more down to me. Privacy. Either was it to do... I understand that. Or is he extremely ill?
He's got his own stream in the background.
Privacy is very important. But, like, she's the future Queen of England. And the crux came when they released a Mother's Day photograph of her looking really healthy. And in fact, it wasn't true, was it? It wasn't true. It was photoshopped.
It's their fault. It's not my fault.
AI.
It's not my fault.
And,
we're going to get the narcissist's apology now.
And it led to the newspaper saying they're not going to take any more pictures of Kate because they don't believe it.
AD's sexual deviant, AD's a con man, AD's a crook, AD owns tax.
We want to know what's going on. I've said a lot recently, I just want to know what's going on. Just tell us the truth.
That's how you feel about life in general, you know, you asshole.
Was she cordoned into it by the leaks notes from the hospital? 3 people have been arrested. Were they... I mean, the notes were taken after she left the hospital. So someone was trying to get information, and whether they were paying for it or whatever, 3 people have been arrested. Did that push it over the edge so they could no longer hide the truth from us?
No, it was all you nutters on TikTok talking conspiracy theories and intruding into their privacy. You're one of the reasons. You're the bad reason.
It's not doing her any good to see all this speculation.
That's you did it!
Newspapers and media.
You were doing it!
BBC reporters are saying it's not her, you know, in the pawn shop. Like, everybody's like, is it her? Is it not her? What's going on? And the mistrust leads back to the Mother's Day. She's decided that she can't leave any longer. She waited till the first day of the Easter holidays at school to break the news.
Alan did all the speculation and then said it didn't do her any good for getting all the speculation. The BBC are at fault here.
So they knew about this. They knew this was coming. 17
TikToks in 4 days.
Done the photoshopping.
You were desperate to grift off this.
Catherine, Princess of Wales, herself.
You idiot. We're going to watch this again. It's really sad, this is.
I wanted to take this opportunity to say thank you personally.
We've watched it a little bit earlier ourselves on stream earlier, right? Listen, the important thing here is that Alan's going to use her sadness to try and manipulate his audience into feelings. He's gone. He's gone off his own stream. He's gone. He's going to use her sadness to try and manipulate his audience into feeling sad so he can grift them for money. But he already read these words out, these exact words on his stream on TikTok just a minute ago. And was sadness involved? No. Did he reflect on any feelings of other people he's lost or anyone he knows that's going? No. It was just like, well, there you go. So sad. Oh, it's stopped. It stopped. We're buffering. We are buffering.
Abdominal surgery in London.
Alan's restarted
it.
At
the time, it was thought that my condition was non-cancerous.
This is Alan's bad internet. I'm not doing this.
I've got buffering of all times now.
The surgery was successful.
Buffer, young man, buffer. Buffer, run boy, young man, run.
Try a different channel for that.
A different channel? What, like YouTube? Try YouTube. It's good on YouTube.
Try a different channel. Sorry, guys.
Try YouTube. You might get adverts. Try YouTube. It's good on YouTube. Bear with you.
Very important.
Very important. Are you going to fill the time with some words?
That we hear our words clearly, right?
Can't hear your words clearly because the microphone's behind you, you fucking bellend. Here we go. NBC News special report.
Now undergoing chemotherapy. The announcement comes after
they're talking over her.
Wales underwent abdominal surgery at a London clinic earlier this year. It also comes almost 2 months after the palace announced King Charles was also diagnosed.
They're talking over
cancer.
Alan.
Today's announcement
Alan,
weeks of work.
That's not the video of her doing the announcement. You'll find that on... I don't want to tell him because I know where I found it. We just watched it. This is not it. Alan's gone. He's put NBC News special report on. Now we've got an American. So here she is. There she is.
This opportunity to say thank you personally.
There she is.
For all the wonderful messages of support and for your understanding whilst I've been recovering from surgery.
He should be pausing it and saying, saying things as well, surely.
Family.
He's
But
gone.
I've had a fantastic medical team who have taken great care of me, for which I'm so grateful.
Their chat is
In
flying.
January, I underwent major abdominal surgery.
They've had 2 messages.
And at the time, it was thought that my condition was non-cancerous. The surgery was successful. However, tests after the operation found cancer had been present.
We've just been through this. We
My
talked about this
medical
at the start of the
team
stream.
therefore
It's sad.
advised that I should undergo a course of preventative chemotherapy, and I'm now in the early stages of that treatment. This, of course, came as a huge shock, and William and I have been doing everything we can
Oh,
to
the
process
internet.
and manage this privately for the sake of our young family. As you can imagine, this has taken time. It has taken me time to recover from major surgery in order to start my treatment.
Alan did.
But most importantly, it has taken us time to explain everything to George, Charlotte, and Louis in a way that's appropriate for them.
Herky
And to
jerky
reassure
internet.
them that I'm going to be okay.
Alan did 17 TikToks in 4 days, talk about taking time.
And getting stronger every day by focusing on the things that will help me heal in my mind, body, and spirits. Having William by my side is a great source of comfort,
You're only just hearing this now, Unity calling. Bloody hell.
as is the love, support, and kindness that has been shown by so many of you.
Well, earlier on,
It
we
means so
gave
much
it.
to us both.
Listen, earlier on, we gave it a lot of sensitivity and reflected on it and stuff like that. Now we're into the bit where we're ripping the piss out of Alan, so I got to have to continue in this vein. But like, it's a bit of a shocker, isn't it? I think she's going to come through it. Hopefully, she's had
My work has always brought me a
preemptive
deep sense of joy.
chemotherapy
I look
after
forward to being back
having
with
something
you.
removed.
And then we find he's got cancer, and I don't know.
Recovery.
That's like, you know,
At this time, I'm also thinking of all those whose lives have been affected by cancer. For everyone facing this disease, in whatever form, please do not lose faith or hope. You are not alone.
And it's Princess Kate.
and it's quite an emotional message from her. And also, she didn't say "fuck you, TikTok," but she said thank you for all the people who've given us privacy, basically, or not that word, but she said something along the lines of like, you know, it's been difficult, and she didn't say anything about the conspiracy theories, but she alluded to the fact that, you know, she has to now get out of her sickbed to come and sit and do this fucking thing to prove to everyone that she exists. And like, they're a bunch of horrible people talking shit on TikTok. And Alan is the horrible person who talks shit on TikTok. And Alan had 17 TikToks. He's now down to 8 about it because he deleted all the ones that he thinks make him look bad. He doesn't realise they all make him look bad. And it's too bad for him because that's now him looking like a horrible man. And now he's trying to, in some way, use NBC News to grift off her death, I think. I mean, why are we watching the news, Alan?
Chemotherapy.
Where's the apology? He made a timid apology at the end of the TikTok. Where's the apology? Where's the public apology? You've made all these videos about her. You've done all this stuff. You've made it seem like, you know, you've whipped up all this frenzy. And you've got it all from the mainstream media and from TikTok, and you're an idiot. And you should be like, this is a real shambolic mess. This is like a low point. What Alan should say is, like, imagine an analogy is you're running a restaurant and you've been sending the food out, takeaway orders, and then the phone starts going and everyone's got like cockroaches in their dinner and like stuff. And it's really bad. Like, it's really bad. And you have to say, like, Gordon Ramsay's come in and it's time. I'm Gordon Ramsay. I'm saying, shut it down. Right? Shut it down now. Public apology on the door. We are sorry. We got this completely wrong. When I say we, Alan needs to say, I'm sorry, I got it completely wrong. And also, not just I got the facts wrong about what was happening with her, but what he got wrong was his approach to making the content during a sensitive time when he misread it completely. Some people said, hang on, give them some privacy. She could be going through something here. And Alan said, no, she might have been having an affair, or she might be an alien, or she might have been a CCTV metadata creation, or she might have been, and William was having an affair, and William is having an affair with this woman who Kate was a friend, and they've all been at the wedding. And like, you know, he wouldn't stop going on about it because he thought every single TikTok is a chance for him to make money and get subscribers and viewers. And that's why he did that. He thought she's a sponge that he can milk. And now this milky sponge turns out to be a cancer victim. And he's like, fuck, I'm milking the sponge of a cancer victim. Like all the other chuffers who were milking that sponge, they look really, really bad now. And they live in a world, like I said earlier, where they're confused by conspiracy and nonsense. So when something relatively serious happens, they jump to weird conspiracy nonsense. And if some of them won't even admit it, they'd rather live in a world where they go, no, actually, Joe Rogan is a robot along with Joe Biden. They're all robots, or like they're all eating children heads. And like, you know, they'd rather live in a world where they push their conspiracies to the absolute limit and stick by them, rather than admit they were wrong. Basically, just admit they were wrong, and not just admit they were wrong, but in being wrong, their approach to this is to dehumanize. Talk about dehumanize. Look at this picture. He's left this one up. He's left this one up.
Detectives are working hard for you. I believe I've got the perfect picture from the farm shop. I mean, you're never going to see a picture as clear as this. Obviously, is it Kate? Well,
that picture is Kate, but the reason it looks clear is because someone's put it through AI. Sharpening. That's not like her eyes don't really look in different. Her eyes don't really look in different directions like that, do they?
I don't know. To be honest, I don't know. I can't say. With this latest picture, which I've enhanced.
You haven't enhanced that. Enhanced. You haven't enhanced it, right? You haven't. You got that from somewhere else. AI enhanced. Like someone else, not you. If I search Google for AI enhanced Kate Middleton farm shop, watch it come up with this damn picture, images. Is it going to come up with the same damn picture? Like, he's got it from somewhere else. He doesn't do these things himself. He doesn't do these things. This time it didn't come up on the first one on Google, right? But he's not done this himself. Unless he's got hold. If Alan's got hold of AI sharpening, then we're all, we're in for it now, aren't we? Because he can make any old weird pictures he likes. But
is enhancement software and AI.
Enhancement software and AI? What do you mean? He did this on... Listen, he did this... Look at the eyes going in different directions. The teeth are just made up. He did this on YouTube when he said he was interested in metadata and he was a metadata expert. And he'd seen the CCTV and he saw that there was metadata encrypted in it. And he was just making up words. He doesn't understand how it works. I've seen the CCTV and I can see the encrypted metadata in the CCTV. It looks a bit like a watermark. This is insane. Big ups Evsturt. I've got to say that correct now. I see it in chat, but I've got to say it correct now. Evsturt. Thank you for the gifted tier sub. Thank you. This is still up on his TikTok. This one hasn't been taken down. He's still watching the news over on Rumble. I want to say,
breast cancer, for example.
Like, I'm not watching the news. He is on Rumble. He's put the news on. Imagine you go to the man's Rumble and say, "Oh, this is important. It's a big thing about Kate," and he's got the American news on. Like, why are the people in his chat there? What are they doing? You can't just put the American news on for like ages and go away. Alan's watching me. I think my guess, and I don't want him to. That's his choice. The police, you can't tell the police, "Oh, Scott knows I'm watching him, so he's doing it for my benefit." No, Alan shouldn't watch. I'm doing it for my audience. But he is a dickhead, and I think he is watching because he's not on his own show. Where is he? Oh my God! This is a real. You know, I said he's at a real low ebb as well. This comes at the best time, really, in a way, because he's at such a low ebb, and also he now looks like an idiot. He's back on TikTok. No. Hang on, what? He's surely not on TikTok live at the same time.
For entire family.
No. It just said live at the top for some reason. Or maybe he was using his TikTok. I jumped on that then. I fucking jumped on that. He wasn't though.
Armchair detectives are working hard for you.
Working hard? I've been working hard.
Teeth. In fact,
is this the bucktooth one?
Bucktooth.
Ah, this is the bucktooth one. Look at this. Look at this.
Look. The two front teeth are bigger than all the rest. Kate's teeth aren't like that. She spends a fortune on her teeth.
That's not Kate. That's
perfectly in line. The cheap lookalike you've thrown out there as Kate doesn't wash with the social media in 2022. The girl you give us hasn't got these teeth, has she? The girl you give us has got these teeth.
Can you imagine leaving that up on TikTok? Look, it does say live up there on the top right. I've just gone onto this, I just clicked it again. It says live on the top right. But when I go over here, it doesn't say live. Is he talking to someone on TikTok? Like, it doesn't have a live here, but when I click on it...
For entire family.
No, that one doesn't have a live. Or maybe this is from a live.
Armchair detectives are working hard for you.
No, it's gone off again. It's gone off again. On that one, it says live at the top there. It's a bit weird, that is.
Get out of that. Get out of that, the Sun. Get out of that, Buckingham Palace.
Get out of that, the Sun. Get out of that, Buckingham Palace. So the Sun were publishing the image to say that it was her, and now you're saying this is definitely not her. But this is a video that's on the internet, and she has got cancer, or had, had cancer. Whatever, I'm going to say it correctly. Whatever. Like, why is this one still on?
Stop effing about giving us a buck-tough girl who's about, 20.
20, a buck-toothed girl who's about 20. He managed to find this image of a buck-toothed girl who's about 20 for his video. I'm sure he's got lots of them on his hard drive. Like, fucking hell. Still the news. Still no Alan. He's not even a picture in the corner.
But her children's concerns and her children's emotions. And I think the key is to stress that as she's done that, she's going...
Someone in his chat has written, right?
Children.
Someone in his chat has written, at what point did they think it was a good idea to use body doubles? Surely they knew this would have happened. So I don't think they've quite understood it yet either. Why is he doing this? This is like real bad day for Alan. Real bad day. And bear in mind, okay, so this comes after. There's a video that we haven't uploaded to YouTube. It's ready to upload to YouTube. It's there, but it talks about what he did yesterday, which is talking about this Kate stuff. So I guess it needs to get dropped, doesn't it? But this is kind of like superseding it now. But yesterday he was at a very low ebb, and we did videos, his content shit. He wanted to come on and jump on TikTok to sort of prove to all the trolls that he's got 1,000 people watching him on TikTok and everything's great. Yeah? Everything's great. So he wanted to sort of stuff it in our nose. And we said this is because he's at a really low ebb. He's trying to prove how good things are going, when actually they're going really badly. And this is a really bad thing. He thinks it's not his fault. He's not even in control of it, which is worse for Alan when it's not his control. But he can't, next week, no Kate Middleton videos. So now he's got 2 days to work out what he's going to say, because he's got to try and grift next week. And he's already, this was like a hand of cards that he was arranging, and now it's a busted flush. It's just a bust. So he's down to square one again at the end of a very dry and very slow week, and a very, like I'm saying, a low ebb. He's going to feel like this is a disaster. He's got multiple reasons why it's a disaster. He looks like an arsehole in public. He looks stupid in public. He looks like one of the people who was jumping all over this and making their lives worse. Think of the children, think of the family, the sensitivity. He's a horrible person. Most normal grown-ups, normal people, are going to think people like Alan were a bit shit for this, quite shit for this, and he's not going to slime out of it and pretend he wasn't because he deleted 7 TikToks. We know what he's done and said. Yeah, he's been banging on about it on his rumbles. He's been banging on it. We've got the videos. So he's absolutely confirmed in a bad position here. The people in his chat on TikTok just then were saying it to him. No one's jumped over from TikTok to here. Over here, he's just got the news on. What's he doing? I think behind the scenes, he's been forced to jump on because of this Kate Middleton stuff, and he's not ready to jump on yet, meaning he hasn't had his drink, and he hasn't had his tramadol, and he hasn't had his whatever. Maybe cocaine? I think behind the scenes now, he's pouring himself and administering a large drink. I don't think he's watching this. There's no way he's watching this, yeah? And he's gone off the stream. Oh, of course, that classic, jumping the queue at the Queen's Lying in State and trying to sell the disabled passes he got, yeah? Faking disability to jump the queue on that. That was awful. We've got that, but that was a classic. This is nearly as good. This is different, though. This is live happening in the now, Alan falling apart. Not just him falling apart. If you've got I've got a plan for our content for the future. When I talk about content, I mean super chuffer. And I know in the next couple of weeks and months there might be what seems like a bit of a hiatus as Steve gets back into the mix and we start moving towards the bigger content for the end of the year that we're, keep talking about it, let's make it happen sort of thing. I don't want to keep talking about it, I'd rather make it happen. But I've got a plan, is what I'm saying. Like, I thought about what I'm going to do this year, and I'm not dependent on what comes out in the news or if a good murder happens. I've actually got a plan, and if other stuff comes out in the news and an exciting murder happens, I can still cover it. You know what I mean? But my channel is not going to be attached to people getting murdered or like random things happening in the news to be successful. Yeah, I don't want to do that. That's not my plan. I'm battery exhausted. My plan is react to nutters. So they're going to be there. They're going to be nutters. So like, that's not a problem. I don't have to plan that too much. But for Alan, what's he going to talk about? He's got Chris Watts, he's got Madeleine McCann, and he's got, what's the other one that he does? Is there another one that he does? Is that it? Chris Watts, oh, Nikki Bully, of course. Chris Watts, Madeleine McCann, and Nikki Bully. Yeah? That's what he does, isn't it? They're the three things. In 5 years, he might have touched another murder. He might have done an episode about his favourite stuff on the telly. He might have done this. He hasn't carved out any sort of knowledgeable niche in any other area in 5 years. Oh, immigrants. He doesn't like immigrants, does he? That's his other thing that he does, the immigrant bashing. So really, he thought it was like, I said it was like a life vest for him. Like, he's having a bad time, but there's a big news story and he can talk conspiratorially and throw his silly ideas about, and people might watch him on TikTok. I'm such a great chuffer. So this was like a little float for him, and he needed the narcissistic supply. He needed people saying he was right, people saying he was good, people saying he was clever, viewers watching. And at the moment when that was happening, they've turned around and said, oh, actually, Alan, you weren't right, you were stupid. Give the family some privacy, you disgusting man. And it's all he literally used the word backfire. It's all backfired on him. So he's got this double problem of not having any. It's like handing in your homework day, and you haven't done the homework, and you thought, I've got a plan. I'll copy off this kid, and this kid doesn't even turn up to school, and you're like, fuck, I'm fucked. I mean, I never did this. I was probably the kid having my homework copied off. No, but I wasn't that smart actually, and I wasn't always doing my homework either. But my setup was, I wouldn't do it, and I wouldn't copy it off anyone else either. I'd just tell the teacher, no, I haven't done it. And then we just deal with that after, usually in detention. But yeah, like Alan is in a situation where he needs to turn up, he needs to show up, and he needs to, front up his show and make a good show. Like, you can't be in decline and then keep fucking up. What you need to do is arrest the decline and go on an upward trajectory. You need to have a plan. And Alan's plan was really to just hijack this story about Kate Middleton and conspiracy. And he thought she was going to dance about in a photo here, come out in the paper there. They were going to sell papers for the next 6 to 8 weeks. If the Sun's on it, I'll get on it because they like selling papers. I like grifting off the people who sell papers. So he thought that this was going to carry on for weeks and weeks. And Kate Middleton's come out and shut it down and said, fuck off, everyone. And Alan's one of the people that got told to fuck off. So, yeah, he's going to be in a situation. He's got the weekend to come up with something for Monday. Otherwise, it's back to talking about Chris Watts. And I can't believe he would ever talk about Madeleine McCann again. Although he did go on about Christian Bruckheimer recently. Like, he is really going to be scraping the barrel for content, for narcissistic supply, and also money, I think. I think financially he's doing badly at the moment. Obviously, spending money on fake views on TikTok isn't going to be helping him because he's spending money. And all it is it's a pretty hat to wear. It doesn't do anything. It's like, look, this is the million views on TikTok hat, yeah? Now I've got the million views on TikTok hat on. So I've got 100,000 subs now. Obviously no one's coming up to watch my show or anything, but it doesn't matter. It's my Dark Side Phil hat, look. Dark Side Phil, look. It's my Dark Side Phil. It's him, look, it's the guy. Like, if I wear his hat, I've now got 100,000 subscribers, and it doesn't help me in any way. Unless they turn up.
I heard for some experts there that, that's like the optimism word was preventive.
His slurred words now. What's he been doing?
Wasn't it? Like,
his microphone is behind him.
It's like it's being done. The chemotherapy is to prevent anything happening to her, right? That's what it seems to be.
Has he just been reading up on it, do you think?
From my point of view is that I wish I was wrong, that it was something serious. I told you all along.
You were wrong. You said she was a robot.
Right. Oh, they're just not telling us anything. There's something skeleton in the cupboard. I said a skeleton, but it's worse. It's the
you said she was having an affair with some dude
the
And
fact that she had cancer. That makes, I mean,
William
that's
was
the
having an affair.
scenario, isn't it? Other than her not being around anymore, the next worst scenario is that she's got this.
Just talking to the microphone now, Alan, for us.
I would have been delighted to have been wrong about that.
You were wrong about
I
8. You deleted half of your TikToks.
I feared the worst. I feared it was either an affair or she was seriously ill. One of the two.
Yeah, I definitely said seriously ill, though. You didn't say
they
seriously
didn't
ill ever.
By
Never.
not stopping the speculation.
I mean, when we talk seriously ill, what you meant was you said she was dead and they'd replaced her with a clone.
About Kate has been wrong, right? The US talk shows joking about it and jokes about Obama and stuff like that.
You watched the gutter press. You put it on your channel. That's why you watched it.
Is it? It's a bit of a lesson, isn't it, as well, you know, which I will take to heart.
What's the lesson? Tell me, please.
Luckily for me, I didn't go too deep into the rabbit hole. My opinion was, is it her? And I asked you, was it her? That's as far as I was prepared to go.
You coward, you sneaky slime ball.
We'll never know about body doubles and whatever went on. We will never know. And I'm not going to speculate anymore.
Anymore?
In my eyes,
it was
very bad public relations. The public relations department messed this up in Kensington Palace.
It's their fault, Kensington Palace.
That Mother's Day thing, right? Seeing her sitting on that bench today, well, whenever it was filmed, how calmly she told
Whenever
us.
it was filmed.
She was so calm, wasn't she? This is like a woman of duty, yeah?
Oh, she's brilliant now.
Early stages of chemo following the discovery of cancer.
You said she was having sex with someone else.
That she did, and the comfort of having.
You said that William fathered an illegal child. You said that your friend hacked the records of the Prime Minister for his medical records.
Online stuff. No, she'll leave that to others. She's not saying about the online. She's saying, I was thinking of my family. It's sort of heartbreaking, isn't it? You know? All I saw was a concern for her 3 children. That's all I saw. And
you had no concern.
Over,
when you were talking about her in all your TikToks, you had no concern for her children ever. Ever.
Yeah, online or what's been said and what hasn't been said. Of course, a lot of people have been affected by cancer over the years.
You are clocking on,
I'm
are
sure
we?
she's going to be okay.
Saying what Super Chuffer said now, are we?
Preventive, right? That's what we're going to keep in mind.
Oh, the detective's on the case. He's figured something out.
She's not old. She's young. She will fight this. She will fight this.
Detective's figured something out.
And she's
Look, my room looks nice, doesn't it?
got it in her to fight it as well.
Look at your room, Alan.
She's being brave. And that's
Look at your
great.
microphone.
And of course, they kept their health news to themselves. They wanted to wait until the Easter holidays so they could process it together as a family.
You didn't work that
3
out,
months into this.
did you?
King Charles, no,
Talking to the microphone.
and then the Prince of Wales. It's difficult days to take it in, really. That these two high royals have got the same thing, you know. And I hope you will join with me in wishing Kate a speedy and complete recovery at this time.
That's
she
it. Send her a TikTok.
She needs privacy.
Mr. 17 TikToks.
And I'm just going to show you a picture of her as she is today.
She needs privacy. She needs privacy. Why are we showing you her photographs?
And you know, it's very sad to see her like this, isn't it? She's put on a brave face and done her best. And done her hair lovely.
Because arseholes. She's done lovely hair. Lovely hair, he said. Lovely hair.
But we can see.
Lovely hair
why.
confirmed. Let me skip back if I can. It doesn't let you skip
Very
back too
sad to
much.
see her like this, isn't it?
Doesn't let you skip back too much, but we'll get lovely hair.
She's put on a brave face and done her best. And done her hair lovely. And the makeup. But we can see why we didn't understand where she was.
Oh, we can see why you got it wrong. Yeah, you were not to fault, Alan. You've dragged her out of a sick bed to do this.
A diagnosis with the world because of the relentless pressure.
Says, let's be clear, we forced Kate Middleton to share her cancer diagnosis with the world. This article that he's got up here is shaming people who forced her to share her diagnosis with the world. It's shaming people like Alan, and he's left the headline up for you all to see it because he's a fucking idiot.
I want to remind you. Well, it's just sad. So that's her today.
I remind you, Alan.
Let's hope that one day we can get her back.
I was right all along. I remind you, Alan, that I said she probably had a good reason for photoshopping the picture. Not all pictures go well. And that if she's been in for something in the hospital, maybe it's something she didn't want to talk about and we should give it time. And, like, you know, people have little problems in abdominal and we could just give it some time. Like, you know, maybe don't do a million TikToks about it.
And that's all I want to say tonight. I'm not going to say any more. Other than...
What happened to the apology?
Other than... I apologise if I've done anything wrong.
Where's your face?
In my assessment of this.
Put your face on to
my
apologise.
assessment was based on...
Assessment. Did he say...
worry. Other than... I apologise if I've done anything wrong in my assessment of this. My assessment was based on care and worry and wanting to know what happened to our princess. I worried that it was a possible bad illness and it's turned out to be the worst. So, but let's look at it this way. She'll win. I'm sure she'll win. And she'll be back. I'm pretty sure.
So, for the apology, you hid your face. You hid your face.
Future Queen of England.
And you think you've got away with that now? You've done an apology, you hid your face. So move on now.
Future Queen. It's not just England, is it? It's all you Scottish people and Welsh people and Irish people as well.
And the Commonwealth.
People in America and Australia.
Not
really
America.
Follow it, and the rest of the world. And
Not
Canada,
America.
All the Commonwealth. You know.
Not America.
She's not going to give in to this. I guess everything she did was in the interest of the children. So I'm forgiving Buckingham Palace. I'm forgiving Kensington Palace for tricking us with body doubles, lookalikes, fake pictures. I would forgive them.
He's standing by the fake accusations.
Let's all remember Kate tonight. It's not Kate, is it?
She's not dead.
Catherine, Princess of Wales.
But you like to call her Kate, don't you?
I'll see you Sunday.
He's gone already. He's fucking gone. I tell you, gone. He actually made an apology, but he hid when he did it. And it's one of these apologies. I'm going to listen to that again and again. I'm going to enjoy that apology. I'm going to analyse it, you know. It's one of those that was like it's like an apology, but not an apology, isn't it? It was not his fault because it was the press office that he patted up to the apology with a little, it's not my fault because it was the press. It's not my fault because it was this. It's not my fault because a lot of people agreed with me. It's not my fault because a lot of that. It's not my fault and I've been good. I really am a good guy. Honestly, I'm good. I'm a good guy. And then eventually put up a picture of her and then said quietly into the microphone, I'm sorry because I did a video. And then, oh my God. I mean, that was really bad as well, wasn't it? How long was that? I mean, usually he's got hours in him. He's off. Tonight's just about damage limitation and he's gone. 30 minutes that was.
He's got duty and it's not ringing phone. Luckily for me, I didn't go too deep into the rabbit hole. My opinion was, is it her?
Lucky for me, I didn't go too deep into the rabbit hole.
And take a picture. For God's sake. All we want is one picture of the couple together. That's not her, is it? Really? Nah. I had a vote on, is it Kate or is it not? Most people, 80%, are saying the picture you're giving us, the sun, the palace, is not Kate Middleton. It's not her. Your public, your subjects, future subjects, King of England, are being duped, it seems. Somewhat. I mean, this is just this month. Look how rounded her face is.
Kate's medical records ransom.
Kate. I'm going to start calling her Catherine, Princess of Wales, because she's not called Middleton anymore. And she's the most famous face in the world now due to all this going on. This, like, bit Lord Lucan, where is she, right? Well, she was in this hospital. And this hospital, someone has access to medical records, and it's easy to do. If you work there, you just press a button on the computer, you can see all her notes.
I mean, we've seen them all, the rubbish ones. Well, I don't watch them all, do I? But, you know, we've seen the rubbish ones that he's deleted in the past. He's done an episode where he's shown them all as part of it. This is a part of the joy of it, actually. I was always saying, isn't it awful that his patron is just him playing his TikToks? But if he hadn't done that, I wouldn't have watched the bad TikToks. But they're all there through the patrons, and we've all recorded them already. What an arse. Yeah, this weekend he's up to something, yeah, 100%. It's the weekend off. That's what he did. He's up to something this weekend for sure. And it's brewing for him as well. Like, I don't think it's, like, you know, an idiot like Alan can think he's going to go and have a great time playing poker and can end up in a real situation where it's really bad. Like, he might think, I'm going to go and have a great time, you know, let's go and do X, Y, Z. But because he's an idiot, he might get himself into some sort of weird situation and it might be bad, you know. Like, if anyone's got to spend any time with him this weekend, they're going to get the worst of Alan, that's for sure. Like, he's not going to be joyed and overjoyed and buoyant with this, is he? He thought he was walking away this weekend with a load of TikTok views and, you know, an interesting story to spin. And actually now he's got nothing to come back to. He looks like a real idiot arsehole.
And I asked you, was it her? That's as far as I was prepared to go. And
Damage limitation.
my Royals have got the same thing, you know.
The apology came, didn't it? When did the apology come? I mean, he literally played the news for fucking loads of this anyway. I say it was half an hour. It wasn't half an hour, was it? Like, he is ashamed. I tell you, he'll talk and talk hours and hours, won't he? Hours and hours. But tonight, he had 10 minutes on TikTok. He caught the lickings of them. They were like, oh, you're an idiot. Oh, you should leave them alone. Oh, you're an idiot, yeah? So he didn't like that on TikTok. He closed that down. He came here to make an apology, yeah, and to sort of say, well, there you go. It wasn't my fault. It was the press office. It wasn't my fault. It was someone else. Yeah, I should have known. Well, I should have known better, actually, because I did the right thing by reporting it. I was just looking out for her children. He came on here to do the worst apology ever. Again, like, well, it's only the second time. Well, that was the third time I've ever heard him apologise for anything. And it's in his own self-interest, of course, because he feels like there's a lot of people who will need to hear that. Otherwise, they are going to just literally walk away. But he's an idiot because they didn't even stay in the first place. He put a picture up that made him look bad because it has this headline pointing out that they forced her hand, and it was Alan was one of those people that did it. And that's where we got the apology.
Whereas she is today. And you know,
maybe listen. Maybe that's a good point about the Vinnie's bar thing. I used to say, because it was a Saturday thing he used to do. I used to have a day off on Saturday, and the report on TripAdvisor says that it was a Saturday when this old man was in there selling cocaine with the impunity. The bouncers didn't stop him. He was stumbling around pretending to shake people's hands and giving them cocaine. And this regular normal person that had gone to this bar for, you know, some food or a night out or whatever, that wrote a review on TripAdvisor, was quite shocked to see this old man. She described him as an old man doing this, quite drunk, staggering around, handing people bags of cocaine. And the bouncers seemed to know about it but didn't care. So if that's Alan of a Saturday, and like I said, if it was Alan, then because it's his son's bar, yeah, so what he'd do is he'd go in, sell all the stuff, hand the cash over the bar, and then just go home empty-handed and say, job well done. That money's going to come in freshly laundered from my son, and the bar doesn't have to worry, do they? They can just say, like, here's a load of money into the bank at the end of the shift. we sold a few more extra bottles of vodka than I thought. Like in the pub, over a course of a month, you lose stuff in spillage. You know, you have sort of there's, I don't know, it depends how big your pub is and how big your budget is, but there'll be between like 300 to like, you know, you don't want it to be high, this number, but you know, a few £100 every month at least in stock that got broken, things that got spilled. The numbers don't quite add up, but we sold a load of beer, you know what I mean? Like, they're trying to account for every pint, they're trying to account for every bottle, but you can get it through. You can, if he's got a business and he's doing the books and he's selling stock like that over the counter, then you can get, you know, you can sham the books a little bit for a few £100 here and there for a bit of cocaine, can't you? Do you know what I mean? Say you've had a few extra beer sales tonight, sold a few extra bottles of vodka on the books. You never have, and they never do, and you know, it's just easy to do, isn't it? So, yeah, and then Alan would be able to, like, basically go in there and do the selling and go away with, like, he wouldn't... Excuse me. Just, I swear tickling the cat just gets up my nose. I swear stroking the cat tickles my nose. But yeah, Alan could walk away from that with no big pile of cash, no stress, and still get the money through. Maybe even someone like Nancy tipping him $25,000 a year. But yeah, off to Malta. How's he going to smuggle them? What, do you think he comes back from Malta with a big suitcase? That's an idea. That'd be funny as fuck if he was that stupid. That'd be really funny. That'd be hilarious if he did that, to be honest. Like, imagine meeting him off the airport and how scared he'd be, having a big bag of drugs on him. He is stupid, you're right, that's true. He is stupid. That's true. Like, if you drug mule like that, you do it once, I imagine. I don't know, I've not done that, obviously. But, like, if you did it, you would do it. You're just kidding. I don't know. I don't know. Like, Malta is also a gateway through for some of the child trafficking and stuff like that I was reading. Can you drive back from Malta, assuming you get to the mainland? Me? Malta's a little island, isn't it? I think, I don't know. What am I saying? No, see, I don't see him doing that because that's what I was saying. Drug muling, you don't like go back and forth. I presume. I presume it's people who just want a one-way ticket, earn themselves a big bundle of cash, fuck off. Like, you know, I presume you don't just keep doing it because if you regularly cross the border with a suitcase full of drugs, eventually you will get caught. I know that from Mexico, the plan, I've heard this on the news, okay, or whatever, is the plan is that they put so many people on a plane that if you did catch one or two, it doesn't matter because that plane, basically all the seats are drug mules. So good luck, customs. Anyone that you stop will be a drug mule, so that's fine as well. But everyone else gets to walk through because you can't stop them all, and we're definitely getting our product through. And the little bit of loss that we get through that doesn't matter. Like, honestly, they do that. That's what I've heard. The cartel. Yeah, Alan having the balls, I'd be surprised at that. Yeah, although all you have to do is just get your suitcase and go, and like you would be stressed doing it, I would think. But then if you're stupid, you're not as stressed. I don't know. It's a funny one. But to do it regularly and routinely, that would be insanity. Like, real insanity, wouldn't it? But if you got away with it, you might keep doing it. If you're stupid. I don't know if you'd have the hookup in Malta. Like, I think Malta literally is poker, but like, it would be funny, wouldn't it? Takes an empty suitcase. Hoping to fill it with his winnings from poker. Takes a suitcase with... I bet he takes a suitcase full of, like, certain items that he doesn't get in Malta that he likes, like certain beans or pot noodles. I bet he takes like pot noodles or something like that because he doesn't like certain food items that he gets in Malta and he wants his favourite, like Carl Pilkington took those pickled onion crisps. He'll be like that. So yeah, I want to hear his apology one more time.
Like this, isn't it? She's put on a brave face and done her best and done her hair lovely and the makeup. But we can see why we didn't understand where she was.
All right, so let's take that apart quickly. But we can see why we didn't understand where she was. So he realises that by saying she's done her hair nice and it's been difficult, he realises, I think for the first time, with it staring him in the face, the reason why what he's done is so bad. To have to drag her out of her sickbed to tell the world that she's on a sickbed, you know. So he realises, and then he conditions his impending apology with, but we can see why we made that choice. And we didn't make that choice. I didn't do it. Big ups, Zini. Stupid equals less stress. Wishing I was more stupid. When ignorance is bliss, 'tis folly to be wise. That's Shakespeare. And the reason I know that is because it fits very nicely on one line of a piece of paper. And I've had to write it on those lines on the piece of paper hundreds and hundreds of times in detention. When ignorance is bliss. Is there more to it? Apparently it's Thomas Gray. I thought it was Shakespeare. Well, see, I'm not that clever, am I then? Isn't it Shakespeare? No way. Oh, no. That means that this is bad, though, because I say it a lot, right? And then I tell people it's Shakespeare and I had to write it in lines of... And I suppose people who are ignorant just believe it's Shakespeare and they don't know. But people who don't and know, they think, no, it's not Shakespeare, it's Thomas Gray, you idiot. And then I look stupid because I'm ignorant. Damn it. Okay. Hang on, wait. Shakespeare. Maybe this is a joke the teacher played on us. Or maybe he put Thomas Gray. I seem to remember it saying the name of the quote person on the blackboard. But then again, I didn't have to write that. I only had to write this line. So, oh no, it's it's in an English literature test. English literature test. The question's in that, so it's definitely not Shakespeare. I've just failed my English literature test. That's fine.
She was forced to share her diagnosis with the world because of the relentless pressure.
So, back to Alan's apology. He's conditioned it with the fact that it's not really his fault. You know, everyone came to the same... We all did the same thing. We all did not do the same thing. Okay, Alan, you're not apologising for all of us. And now he's read that headline. We forced Kate Middleton to share a cancer diagnosis, and it's sinking in. He forced Kate Middleton by making 17 TikToks talking a load of shit. Not just him, people like him. I'm sure that he wasn't the main one on TikTok, but he got it wrong. He read the tone wrong. He read the room wrong. He's now been outed by a major royal as a nasty, seedy, money-grubbing, pervy little grifter. Like, let's be clear what he says. Let's be clear. When it says we forced, they mean the media, you know, the people that read it. Glamour magazine are not saying us at Glamour magazine. But, you know, they're talking about the culture. And I don't think that I'm part of that culture that forced her to do that, because I took a back seat and said, I don't know if we need to really do much of a thing about this. Give them some space. She might be going through something. But Alan made 17 TikToks in 4 days. And he was late to the party. If he'd been on it earlier, he'd have made more. Alan forced Kate Middleton to share her cancer diagnosis, and that's sad because she's had to go through it, yeah? Let's see what he thinks about that.
I want to remind you, well, it's just sad. So that's her today. Let's hope that one day we can get her back.
Where's the apology? Did I miss the apology bit? I thought he apologised while it was on.
3 months they've had of this. King Charles, no, and then the Prince of Wales. It's difficult days to take it in, really.
She's not married to King Charles. Oh, King Charles also had a cancer.
These two high royals have got the same thing, you know. And I hope you will join with me in wishing Kate a speedy and complete recovery.
Did he do a little twitch then?
and Prince of Wales. It's difficult.
This is one of the best ones ever in a way. I'm just letting it sink in. I'm sure on a second viewing it's going to look even funnier. That's quite a good screenshot for my. That's definitely the screenshot for this one.
Days to take it in. Really, these two high royals have got the same thing. You know?
This could be taken for treason. You know what? That's not even a bad comment. Actually, treason exists, doesn't it? And it might be a silly, strange law, but Alan's gone as far as, like, does the man have no perception? He said he's a royalist and he supports the royals. If the royal family called Alan up and said, Alan, we are knighting you for services to being a dickhead, right? Get down Buckingham Palace. The king wants you for tea. He would be like, he'd be dusting off his best cap. He'd be polishing his Adidas jacket. He'd be flying down there, wouldn't he? Flying down the motorway. I don't even know how that goes anymore. He'd be flying down there. Children's birthday, doesn't matter. I've got to go to see the king. The children can wait. I wonder how many of his children's birthdays he missed. But anyway, look, he apologised on TikTok. He didn't apologise here. I thought he apologised here as well at the end. Or like while the picture was up. I thought my brain might be breaking. I know he apologised on TikTok. That's gone now forever. That doesn't exist. We caught it, but that's gone. Like, it doesn't stay up. But I'm sure he apologised on here.
And I hope you will join with me.
So he would love to go and see the royal family. He loves them, yeah? He thinks they're brilliant. He went to see the Queen lying in state. But if the royal family saw his TikTok, they would think he was a worm and they would hate him. Like, could you imagine if he was going to get knighted and then this was the reason that he can't get knighted? They loved your work on Madeleine McCann. They really enjoyed what you did with Chris Watts and Nicole Kessinger. But now, Alan, you are not on the list. OBE in the bin. And you're going to not get invited anymore to the King's banquet. Like, he doesn't know what... I used to think this was because he's just totally on a grift and he doesn't care what side he's on, yeah? But I truly think he doesn't understand things fully. He's not fully mentally there. So he doesn't understand the levels, the layers, and he just talks shit. And this is what I truly think about certain people who go on about conspiracies a little bit too much, is some of the ideas hold water if you can't think properly. But if you can think properly, they fall apart. And I think when they're forced to see the truth, then they fall apart. And usually what you would get at this point from a conspiracy person is, well, she's a robot and it's all fake or whatever, yeah? But he hasn't gone down that road. He's switched again, swung. He's a pendulum that swings and he magnetizes onto whatever news story he's currently looking at and then swings in this direction and attaches to this and attaches to that. It's not his own ideas, and he's been fed a different idea today by the mainstream news, which is she's got the, that's the story now. So he's not going to go against it. But he just spent 4 days making up all these... He didn't care what the mainstream news said. He was going against them all left, right and centre. And then he was going with them left, right and centre. And then he's... You see what I mean? Like, he's flapping in the wind. Totally flapping in the wind. So all the people that viewed his stuff that thought, oh, I love these conspiracy theories. Oh, she's a robot. Oh, they've took a brain out and put the Rothschild brain in. All the people that were well on the conspiracy. She's not real. That wasn't really her. All that, which he egged on massively. In his latest episode, he's saying to them, no, fuck you. You're idiots. I don't agree with that. I agree with the mainstream news. And they're all going to think, well, who's this guy? I don't like him. And then he even had people in his chat that he was giving the shit to, didn't he? Didn't he do an apology? I swear he did an apology when he was looking at these pictures at the end. Oh no, there's a great back. Yeah, look.
You can get her back. Something. Get her back. Let's remember her, last year.
Let's remember her last year. She's not dead, but yeah.
And, she can do it. She can do it. And that's all I want to say tonight. I'm not going to say any more. Other than...
It's so hard for him just to get the word out, isn't it?
Other than... I apologise.
I apologise.
If I've done anything wrong.
if I've done anything wrong. Not specifically for what I've done wrong, but if I have, which is currently under question. We need to have an inquest. I'll run the inquest.
In my assessment of this.
If I've done anything wrong in my assessment of it. Because, of course, I'm right to have assessed it. That's not in question.
Get it back. Let's remember,
I've got a new button for you. I haven't made the button yet, but this is my favourite button that I want for you. For all of you. I don't know why this has gone under the radar so easily, right? I can't understand how this has gone under the radar, but this Big Up Eamon Holmes is fucking gold dust.
Did an interview with Eamon.
Big up Eamon Holmes. Big up.